Hi guys, my name's Lauren Schultz and I want to share with you a little bit about me and my Beachbody story. It might go a little long, but it's okay. That's my story. So, I started as a very overweight child growing up. I was definitely not healthy. I grew up overweight, and it wasn't until fourth through sixth grade that I realized that I was different, that my weight wasn't normal, and that I couldn't do really anything about it because I was a product of my parents, and whatever they were eating is what I had to eat. So I just knew there wasn't anything that I could do, but I knew I felt uncomfortable in my own skin. And to be an 11-year-old girl and feel completely uncomfortable in your own skin is one of the most depressing things you could ever do. Um, Fast forward to when I was in my high school years. I got pregnant when I was a sophomore. So I had my first child when I was at the age of 16. I became a brand new junior high student because I got kind of kicked out of my old school for having a baby. A brand new, junior year high school student. So I was brand new, had a month-old baby when I went back to school. Nobody I knew. So that kind of sent me into this deep depression. My parents were going through a separation, and by high school, I was living with my boyfriend and his parents at the end of high school, graduating because my parents had separated, and me and my daughter moved in with them. I quickly got a job because that's what you had to do. I had to provide for my daughter. That was always number one priority for me. So I never got the opportunity to really be that full-time mom. She was always in the care with family and stuff while I was at school and then when I was working. And we bought a house. We were planning on getting married, and I struggled to lose weight all the time. I did purchase Turbo Jam. That was my first experience with Team Beachbody, Chalene Johnson, in 2007, and I successfully lost 30 pounds during that program in the comfort of my teeny tiny little corner that I had in our basement bedroom. It was hard, but it was something for me. I knew I needed something in the comfort of my home, something that I could do where nobody knew what I was doing because I was really shy and introverted about it. I didn't want to draw attention to myself, and Lord knows I could not go into a gym and know what I was doing. I knew I would be frustrated doing that, and I didn't have the money to fork out for a gym every month. So I invested in this. I think I got it like as a birthday gift, honestly, from like my mom. And I did that and I absolutely loved it. I lost some weight and it was like the best I've ever felt going into my 20s. Life happens and we got married. I gained like another 20, 30 pounds after I got married because I was put on antidepressants. Those antidepressants screwed with my head, and I knew that I went from being high anxiety ridden, a hot mess because I wasn't happy with myself, but I was put on anti-anxiety and stuff and depression meds. And then when I was on them, I dipped way low into this I don't care personality, which is not me. So I ate what I wanted. There was Chick-fil-A every night. There was sodas. I wasn't working out anymore. The house became a wreck, and it just spiraled into this bigger deep depression that I felt so stuck in. And I knew that my marriage was crumbling. My family, me and my daughter, my husband, it wasn't good. Wasn't good at all. And I knew that it had to start with me because I was ultimately unhappy. So I got off my meds and we decided to work things out. Got pregnant with my second daughter and had her in May of 2012. Weighed 230 pounds. That was an eye-opener, and being a size 18 pants and things like that was pretty depressing. I'm not gonna cry. But it was very depressing, to say the least. I hated pictures with my daughters. I felt ashamed being out in public. I just didn't feel like I was worthy enough to take pictures with them, and I didn't even get newborn pictures with my daughter because I was so ashamed from what I felt inside. And I regret that so much. So I don't have any of those memories because I was so uncomfortable with me that I knew I needed to change. And when I finally could dedicate time to myself, it was that next year, 2013. I bought Turbo Fire and I said, you know what, I am going to do this and I'm going to do it for good. I'm done. I'm done living this life of misery. I'm done living this life. My family doesn't deserve this. It needs to start with me. I need something for myself again. So I started and I took these pictures that I'm going to post below. This picture of me when I was finally a couple months into Turbo Fire and I lost some weight. And I took them and I just said, I don't want to do this, Lauren, but you got to do it. You know you got to do it because you're not looking back. Those were my official goodbye pictures. I don't teach before and after pictures. I say goodbye pictures because those are pictures that you never plan to see again. Those are pictures and that person that you were will no longer be. I wanted to be happy and I wanted to feel confident. So I took those goodbye pictures and I just stuck with it. I looked at that picture every time in my phone when I wanted to quit. Every meal I wanted to eat bad, I looked at that picture. And it wasn't until that fall that I met my coach on Instagram after being a creep on Instagram searching Turbo Fire results because I wanted to know what I could essentially look like. She invited me to this clean eating group and it was 7 days. And I had been, I think, incorporating some Chalene Extreme. Again, never had purchased anything from Team Beachbody. Didn't even know what coaching was. So she was like, hey, you should do this clean eating group. I kind of told her no. And then I did the clean eating group and fell in love. I learned some really good basics and fundamentals that I will always keep with me. That was life-changing. What I could see in my body in just 1 week, just from alternating some of the choices I was making with my food was incredible. I was shouting to the rooftops. I'm like, hey, BFFs, you got to come do this with me. It's legit. So I was already educating people and already excited about this. I did a Shakeology sampler for 5 days, I think, and I ran the other way once I realized this is not cheap. So I told her no, I can't do it. Fast forward a couple months later, she invited me to a full 30-day group, and I said yes. I said yes with a challenge pack of T25 because I knew I needed to step up my game. I was strong. I felt great from just losing what I did with Turbo Fire, and I knew I wanted to challenge myself. Not even 2 weeks into the group, I realized, okay, Shakeology is legit. It makes me feel amazing. This is the best I've ever felt in my entire life, people, just doing these 2 weeks into the challenge. I was like, you know what? Let's do this. I want to give more to people. I feel like this could be something that I can make my own. I want this coaching opportunity. I'm ready to do it. It's been presented to me. I told her no for whiles because she already saw potential in me, but I told her no. So I said, yep, let's do it. So in January of 2014, I signed as Beachbody coach. It originally just to be for the discount. Until I was put in these Coach Basics groups and seeing the potential that you can actually have with this business, I was mind blown. I was mind blown at some of the financial success stories and these transformation stories and these things that people were doing and seeing in their lives, and I wanted a slice of that. I was part of something and I wanted to be part of something bigger already. So I dove right in and I've never looked back. I had on my dream board last year, guys, that I wanted to be able to quit my full-time job and pursue this full-time and be home with my babies because my babies are my heart and my why. I've never been able to do the whole stay-at-home mom thing. I've never, they're getting older. My daughter's in 7th grade and my youngest is gonna be 4, and I wanted those opportunities to take her to preschool and pick them up from school and do the room mom thing or do field trips and annoy the crap out of them at school and be able to be homesick with them and hold my babies when I want to hold my babies. So as of December of this year, 2015, I quit my full-time job of almost 9 years, or 10 years. It was 9 years, almost 10 years. And I just took this leap of faith because I know this is my passion. I know this is my calling, and I know I'm meant for more. And this opportunity and this job has been the most rewarding that I have ever had. I don't care what people say, but when your passion meets your work, it doesn't feel like work. And that's how I want my life to feel the rest of my life. Like, I want to wake up feeling less stressed, feeling so happy, feeling so energized, feeling the best I possibly can, and then spiraling that down to my family. And that's what I plan to do. So that's a little bit about my Beachbody story. I'm sorry I cried on you, but it is what it is. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me or comment below.